Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Friends, good evening and welcome to Kardec Radio. This is the 6 p.m. prayer program, and my name is Teresa Castro, and I am the host for this program. Welcome to everybody, and if you're listening to this on demand at a later time, please feel our current of love. So this evening, before our prayer, our message comes from Andre Luiz. Hello, Nora, Brazil. Thank you for signing in. Good to see you again today. Our message comes from the Green Light book from Andre Luiz. The book is psychographed by Chico. And the message is number 29. It's on page 83. It's entitled Inopportune Issues. So we might be asking, what are inopportune issues? Well, the simple Google definition is it's an unfavorable or inappropriate topic for discussion. And in this message, Andre Luiz lists 27. He lists sickness, crimes, gossip, criticism, sarcasm, domestic quarrels, someone else's distress, sexual problems, divorces, unpleasant comments concerning foreign brothers and sisters, racism, social prejudices, political conflicts, religious disagreements, self-praise, struggles for surviving, personal problems, lamentations, disapproved comparisons, sad memories, criticism about public services, scandals, conjugal infidelity, pornography, rude remarks about other people's houses, inconvenient jokes, and disrespectful stories. So we can see these messages truly are, they pertain to all times. These issues were present during Kardec's time, during Andre Luiz, during Jesus's times, and still with us today. So what does Andre Luiz have to say about it? He says, certainly, there is no subject that is unspeakable, and no matter how embarrassing they are, they can always be told on the basis of understanding and education. And so right away, we go to the Gospel according to Spiritism by Allan Kardec. And in chapter 10, Blessed are the Merciful, item 20, Kardec asks one of the spirits, is it okay to observe others' imperfections? And the spirit, St. Louis, and this he replied in Paris in 1860. He said, we limit ourselves to studying it, to avoid these imperfections in ourselves. And so it's nice that these spirits all are in alignment and they give us the same messages. So Andre goes on to say, however, when inopportune issues come out in any conversation, balance and prudence should be practiced so that we do not respect others. And so he gives us some recommendations for balance and prudence. And so there again, we kind of break it down. And if we look at balance in terms of behavior, it's the habit of calm behavior, judgment. Prudence is acting with care, giving thought to the future. So what we see here is that, or what we hear is Andre Luiz. Basically, he's recommending we be indulgent. to be charitable to each other, even in these inopportune issues. So, again, if we go back to the gospel, according to Spiritism, same chapter, chapter 10, Blessed are the merciful. But this time we look at item 16, which is on indulgence. And here, this message is from a protector spirit named Joseph. And this is received in Bordeaux in 1863. He tells us that indulgence does not see the defects of others. And if it does, it avoids talking about them or publicizing them. If these defects are publicized, it makes them less painful. Indulgence is never concerned with the wrongs of others, unless it's to be of service, assistance. Indulgence doesn't make shocking remarks. Indulgence doesn't express disapproved or disappointment or criticism. It counsels only in a quiet manner. Indulgence calms and uplifts. Indulgence is not stern because anger keeps others away. So he gives us the outline of what does it look like to be indulgent. But then he even goes on further and he asks us a question. And this is from Joseph, the protector spirit. He says, when will we judge our own hearts, our own thoughts, our own actions, without concerning ourselves with what our brothers and sisters do? So I think a good answer to this question, a good place for us all to begin, is with the daily review that's recommended by St. Augustine in the Spirit's book, number 919. And there, St. Augustine gives us a good recommendation, a recipe for how to start looking at ourselves and not focusing so much on our neighbors, but to ask ourselves questions. Have I offended anyone today? Is there someone who may be upset with me? Is there something I can do better? So it's a good place for us to start, and a way that we can stop looking at the speck in our brother's eyes and start seeing the plank in our own. It's also interesting because there's another book, Among Brothers of Other Lands. And this book is psychographed by Chico Xavier and Waldo Vieira. And it's received by many spirit authors. But the one chapter in particular is, it's called Questions and Answers, and it's by the spirit Hilario Silva, which I believe was one of Andre Luiz guides, teachers in one of the Andre Luiz series. I'm not sure which book, but anyway, I just bring this up because in this message that the Spirit gives us, he's telling the story of two men that are having a conversation. And the one man is trying to pull the other man in. He's asking all kinds of questions like, what do you think about the government? What do you think about the mayor? What do you think about so-and-so? And he's naming particular names. And unbeknownst to him, the man is a spiritist, practicing spiritist. And so he only gives uplifting remarks. You know, he says, the government, we should all pray to God to ask for the safety for our government. And he only brings out good points about the mayor. So by the end of the story, the man becomes aware that the other man is a spiritist, and he's really frustrated. And he says, oh, I should have known. You know, he was frustrated and walked away because he couldn't engage the man. And so it's a good example and story for all of us, because we know all these issues, even when it's fake news, we still want to pass it on and talk about it. And so it's a good lesson for all of us to remember about being indulgent and to say only those positive things, because we are responsible for not only what we do, but what we think and what we say. And what we put out there is coming back our way. So that's our message this evening. And so let us contemplate that message as we go now into our prayer. So I ask you all to just close your eyes, connect with Mother Earth, prepare the body and the spirit to be in the presence of both realms. Our Creator, Mother, Father, God. Thank you for this beautiful message, beautiful opportunity to remember charity in its true sense of the word. Not only forgiving others and helping others, but also to overlook those shortcomings in others, putting ourselves in their place and thinking just how would we want to be treated as we all face these inopportune issues in our life. So let us take a moment to send out prayers, thoughts, good vibrations to those who may be facing these trials. And we ask for inspiration and courage that we may not partake in worsening bad situations that others may be facing. Let us stand our ground and hold our frequency, raising vibrations, because we know all things are passing. We thank you for your ongoing trust and belief in us. May we pay this forward by believing and trusting in each other. Let us thank our guides and all those elevated spirits who have gone before us, paving the path, making it easier. And so let us make life, even if only a little, easier for others. With deep respect and humility, we ask permission to close this prayer session. And so be it. And God willing, we will meet again next Sunday evening. By the way, there is on Kardec Radio recording of this book that was done by Angie Stewart from Nia Inner Enlightenment Spiritist Society. So if you'd like to hear the book in its entirety, please go there. It's a great book. Okay. Hello, Abby Shear. Thank you for signing in. And Veronica. May we all feel the spirit of indulgence this week and pay that forward to our brothers and sisters. God bless and have a wonderful week.